Eyes blue or brown, can't remember.
Terpikat senyummu yang memabukkanku.
Eyes green or grey, can't remember.
Assalamualaikum dan hi everyone. Nama saya Nur Iswarizah Natasha binti Yusuf, memegang kad matrix number 07DKS19F1087. Jadi hari ini kami akan bentangkan tentang kami punya case study report yang bertajuk Foundation Failure. Jadi, apa itu foundation? Foundation adalah elemen pertama bangunan di mana pembinaan dimulakan. Kegagalan landasan menyebabkan berlainan kecacatan dalam bangunan seperti retakan atau keruntuhan. Landasan ini akan berfungsi sebagai sokongan untuk memintas beban dan daya dari struktur bangunan, kemudian mengalihkan dan menyebarkan ke kawasan yang cukup besar untuk memanfaatkan ketahanan maksimum. Yang pertama, untuk mengekalkan dan memancarkan beban dengan selamat dari bangunan atau struktur ke tanah sedemikian rupa sehingga tidak merosakkan kestabilan atau menyebabkan kerosakan pada bangunan atau bangunan sekitarnya. Yang kedua, melindungi bangunan daripada kerosakan oleh kekuatan fizikal yang dihasilkan daripada bawah tanah. Yang ketiga, menahan sebahagian kimia yang ada untuk mencegah kakisan ke tetulang. 88 unit houses Taman Tunas Muda on lot 6034 Mukim 12, daerah Barat Daya and Penang is an observation site for conducting basic failure case studies. From the study, the type of failure, cause, and defect will be determined through the analysis and evaluation. The scope of the study consists of the proposed method of maintenance of the appropriate foundation in the residential building to prevent the similar failure.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Izzatul binti Arif. My registration number is 07DK19F1069. For our case study, our group chose the location of 88 unit houses Taman Tunas Muda on lot 6034 Mukim 12, daerah Barat Daya and Penang. The sort of failure, cause, and defect will be decided through the evaluation and assessment and identification. The kind of remedial work has been done, inclusive of advice of appropriate strategies of basis upkeep the residential constructing to stop the comparable failures. Foundation failures and remedial works. The failure of basis will carry the sudden end result to the constructing structure. Deficient overall performance in the shape of unacceptable deformation will remain to cracks, moisture penetration, and different serviceability issues. The type of foundation failures. Settlement. Settlement is move of the floor accompanied by using footings due to the fact of the unreliable of weak floor by means of carrying hundreds from the shape or ensuing from soil moisture changes. So this is the types of foundation failures. Initial settlement, continuous settlement, uniform settlement, differential settlement. So this is the cause of foundation failure. There is 7 reasons why foundation failure fail and cause the damage. There is 4 principal elements such as environmental factor, design deficient, construction fault, and lack of maintenance. But this is the 7 causes. It is evaporation, transpiration, plumbing leaks, drainage, inferior foundation construction, inferior ground preparation, poor soil condition. The categories of damage. There is 3: structural cracks, opening distortion, flow movement, or uneven flow. Types of remedial works. Remedial approaches rely upon each environmental, aspects such as soil conduct and the types of foundation. So there is 4 types of remedial works: site investigation, testing and monitoring, shoring, and underpinning. Method of underpinning strip foundation. There is 4: traditional underpinning, pin for stool method, jack pile underpinning, and needle and piles. So this is the method of underpinning pad foundations or column base. First, temporary support to column and needle piles. Basement of foundation wall repair. The first restore instance includes the building of a new member internal the unit wall, sometimes referred to as a sister wall. The structural load is the end transferred to this section. No effort is made to plumb or strengthen the current basement basis wall. Ground improvement. Ground improvement generally refers to the stabilization of soil to enhance the verbal soil properties in order to grant greater enough resistance to erosion, loading capacity, water seepage, and different environmental forces. There is 2: chemical grouting and jet grouting. Okay.
Summary of analysis and design method. Groundwater level will increase during the rainy season and usually it will expand if felt in high moisture content. Groundwater level will also decrease during the dry season and the decrease is very useful for monitoring the recording groundwater levels. As such, soil is very prone to shrinking in dry conditions. Charts below are taken from the 2 sets of reading from the standpipes that the ground is seemed to stabilize between 1.38 meter to 1.7 meter below the ground level. Extensive soil taps will interfere with soil characteristic and reduce soil strength to bear loads due to high groundwater levels and unstable water surface. Comparisons between case study results analysis. Article 1. Area House number 40 and 42 Lintang Bayan using Demek gauge and plastic telltale for measurement. Consultant Ihsan Sendirian Berhad to observe and study the actual problem and find out the result based on study and assumption. Divided the remedial work into 3 parts and also carried out site monitoring during the remedial work. Scope of remedial work: underpinning works and pressure grouting works. Obtained from this boring test is 8 undisturbed samples and 62 disturbed samples to test in the laboratory. Article 2. Area Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. Carried out to evaluate the possible causes of distress. 2 auger boring was drilled adjacent to the distressed building up to the depth. In borehole 1, the undrained cohesion obtained from the UCC test are 84.8 kN per meter square and 48.2 kN meter square at the depth of 1.5 meter and 2.4 meter respectively. In borehole 2, the undrained cohesion obtained from the UCC test are 52.4 kN per meter square and 44.7 kN meter square at a depth of 1.2 meter and 2.1 meter respectively. Change characteristic as it can be perused the soil up to 2.8 meter depth are CH type of clay with possible volume. Jadi untuk summary problem solving recommendation, kami memilih artikel 1 sebagai recommendation sebab artikel 1 ni ada micropile. Micropile adalah salah satu landasan struktur yang cekap dibandingkan dengan jenis cerucuk tiang lain. Selain lebih kecil daripada cerucuk jenis lain, ia juga mudah dibawa atau diletakkan cerucuk kerana biasanya menggunakan peralatan dan mesin penggerudian kecil dan lebih murah daripada jenis cerucuk yang lain. Selain itu, artikel 1 juga menggunakan pressure grouting technique. Berdasarkan data yang dikumpulkan, pressure grouting technique lebih menjimatkan massa untuk menyelesaikan masalah. Ia juga dapat meningkatkan kestabilan tanah dan menyokong ke struktur di atas.
My name Norfaezah binti Sari. My matrix number 07DK19F1072. Okay, number 4 is implication. Firstly, the message developed from this case study, we got that the foundation failure may cause unexpected result to the building structures. Therefore, there are types of foundation failure such as settlement. Settlement was movement of the ground followed by footing because of the unreliable or weak ground by carrying loss from the structures or resulting from the soil moisture changes. The causes of this foundation failure was divided to the 4 factors. Firstly is environmental factors. Secondly is design deficiency. Thirdly is the construction fault, and lastly lack of maintenance. After we know about the types and the causes of the foundation failure, we move to the remedial procedure. The remedial procedure was a 4 step, and firstly was site investigation. After that, we testing and monitoring, and then shoring, and lastly we underpinning. Okay, number 2 is the importance of this message. Why this foundation, the causes of foundation failure we must know. This was important because we can prevent some bad things happen to our family, and we also know if our home was safety to live or not. Okay, the conclusion we get from this case study, we know that the foundation failure may cause the big impact to the performance of the building structures. And then regular site inspection was important to know whether there is a damage on the building structures. The inspection will maintain the building structure, because if they found or notice a small crack from the building, there will be action taken.